Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm a spiritual coach, Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, October 2nd, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have been impacted by Ian, I hope, and if you know anyone who's been impacted by Ian, I hope you're safe and secure and had minimal difficulties. Here where I am in New Jersey, it's going to be a monsoony kind of day, but it's okay. It's just rain. It's just wind. I'm actually venturing out later. Not looking forward to it, but it's not what Florida went through or the Carolinas, so I'll be okay. I'll put my raincoat on. If you are new to my podcast, welcome. Here is your introduction to me. For everything about my services, please go to lisahopp.com. Tells you all about the work that I do and how to schedule an appointment, whether that is in office or via Zoom or telephone. And please also follow me on Facebook under Spiritual Coach Lisa M. Hopp. I'm also on Instagram under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. And of course, YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and share if you will. I appreciate you all so much. I appreciate the comments and support of those who listen every week. Thank you to all of those who come back every week and are so kind. No words. I have to find new words. I have to get into a dictionary and find more. Gratitude, appreciation, feeling blessed. The topic today. There's always so much I want to talk about, and I always feel that Friday and Saturday, I'm like, that's it. That's what you're going to talk about. And then I get up Sunday morning and I'm not sure what I'm doing again. But today, I simply saw a banner within my mind that said, anything is possible. And I went, I don't know that I've talked about that actual or named a podcast after that in a very long time, if I ever have. And it's such a wonderful truth. Anything is possible. And sometimes anything is probable. So let's talk about that. I always want to emphasize, and I do it every week if you hear me every week, and I hope that those who are new will stay around and listen every week. We create our lives. We are deliberate creators, whether we mean to or not. What you put out into the universe comes back to you. That's why we are given phrases or statements such as, be careful what you wish for, you'll get it. That's not meant to be a negative or frightening statement. It's a truth. Consequences for actions. Some people call it karma. There's always a justice. And what I mean about justice in most cases, it's what energy you put out into the universe with your thoughts, your feelings, your words, boomerangs back to you. Now, when it comes to what you would ask for, it's not as black and white. It's not as instant. And sometimes wouldn't we wish it were? Yes, but we can fix it. You have within yourself the ability to instantly receive whatever you would ask for. But here's why it's not always instant. I was just adjusting there, sorry. We block it, and we block it through the feelings of our own unworthiness, of not feeling more than enough, of not feeling like we deserve it, of believing perceptions and beliefs that were given to us, that we have to work hard for it, that it shouldn't just be handed to us. But then we'll say, I wish I would hit the lottery, so it's handed to me. But then we don't, because we don't feel we're worthy of it. We're not open to it. We feel we should work for it or work harder for it. And sometimes we put a little eye to those who do win. Aren't they lucky? And I'm not. I hope they're deserving. I hope they're good people. When all along we could have lined up with it as well, if that's something that you do. You don't have to have abundance or receive abundance, prosperity, or wealth through winning a lottery. Everybody who wins is aligned with it through their own wealth, thoughts and beliefs and convictions. Okay? Focus. And so when you ask for something, it is yours to receive. It is yours. So anything is possible, because if you line yourself up with anything, no matter what it is yours to receive, but you have to believe it. You have to focus on it. You have to feel that it's already yours. And the feeling, the emotional part, is the most important. It's not even the words that you say. It's not even the thoughts that you have. They just help how you're feeling. It's about being it first. Do you understand that? Do you get that? Being it first. So let's use health. And I'm not saying this is actually simple but not easy. This is hard. This is a discipline. That's why those who have perfected it are usually very wealthy. Not all billionaires, but some, yeah. Millionaires, people who, will give you their stories about how they manifested. They've perfected it more. But go back to the most successful. I always like to use people like Virgin billionaire Richard Branson. He has perfected this. It's a discipline. Any multimillionaire who teaches you how to do it has perfected it. Are they able to do it 100% of the time? No, we're human beings. But they perfected it to a level that they see results and their life has changed for the better. And here's something else I want you to understand too, just very briefly. Perfecting it means that you go through the times that are challenging. There are people who are very wealthy on this earth that were almost homeless or homeless at some point, but simply said, no, I am going to learn how to have my ideal life. I'm going to pick up a book and read about how to do this. I'm going to go to another level. I'm not going to settle in my life. Never settle for what is yours. Now, I want to be clear. You don't have to be a millionaire or billionaire if that is not what you're asking for. This podcast today is to say to you, whatever you would ask for is possible. So back to your emotions and being it. If you want to have health, you've got to be healthy within yourself. You cannot focus on disease. Or as Louise Hay of Hay House used to love to say, dis-ease, with a hyphen between the S and the E's. Because that's what it's all about. And what you focus on expands. Now there are lessons to health. There are wake-up shouts. There are changes of life because of it. And that's all important. However, if you want to heal from something, whether it is physical pain or a diagnosis or your weight not being ideal in your mind, you have to be that new version of yourself within yourself. You have to let go of the old version that had the weight, that had the diagnosis, and become in your being, in your feelings, in your emotions, in your thoughts, that ideal new version. So you walk around healthy. You walk around like it's fixed. You walk around with your strong will to be here. And you keep that going no matter what a doctor says to you, no matter what a well-meaning friend says to you, or a well-meaning family member who loves you says to you. You keep that being. So let's say you are 150 pounds and you want to be 130. What does 130 feel like to you? What does your ideal weight feel like to you? What clothes would you wear? What would you do? What mobility would you have? You spend some time each and every day, whether it's just 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and you concentrate on feeling that. And if you can, seeing that, a first person, yourself within that body, that ideal body. But then, ideal, this is the way to do it. You walk around the rest of the day, still feeling like you're in that ideal body. You've become that part. You've become that person. And yes, if you have to fake it before you make it sometimes, that's fine. But really, as much as you can pull off walking around as that person, you will find that your circumstances start to change. Now, when it comes to a diagnosis, you may not get the number right away. You might not get the improvement right away. You might even get a test that's worse at first, but you stick with it. You stick with walking around being healthy. And it's a feeling, it's an emotion, and you talk like that too. You don't talk, you don't claim it. You don't claim the disease. Now today, or rather yesterday I suppose, was the first day of Breast Cancer Month. Now remember, intrepid listeners, this is not judgment. If you hear me every week, I am not judging. I am giving you the keys to how to pull off this success. It is a way of life for us as a humanity to want to fight against something. And this is the second day of Breast Cancer Month, so we're going to see pink all month. It's all over my social media. I have a pink mug that someone gave me, a heartfelt gift once, because I, almost 13 years ago, was diagnosed with a cancer, and they wanted to give me something, so they gave me a pink mug, and I'm so grateful for it today. Even though that's not the type of diagnosis I had. I love the generosity. Those gifts are so easily out there, and that's why she gave it to me, that wonderful person, because it was somewhat of the acknowledgement of what I was going through, even though it was not the exact cancer. I've learned that you heal through not focusing on the cancer. You focus on being well. It is all right to support causes, but do it very light. Don't get into that nitty-gritty, I must fight this, I must win this. I am becoming this with a heavierness. We tend to want to do that. And we'll post about it too every day, how, not every day perhaps, but frequently, about how we're fighting it and copy and paste this, don't share. And, do you know anyone who's been through this? And because we love groups, don't we? We love groups. We like minds. But you can't heal health when you're in the mindset of disease. You have to elevate yourself. You have to elevate your inner being to wellness. So everybody who has gone through and gotten through Sometimes people without any treatment, and I'm not saying that's what you should do. I want to be clear. I'm not saying it's not correct. I'm not saying it's what you should do. But people have chosen not to have treatment and have still managed to get through a diagnosis with a healing or a cure, have gotten through it through their emotions, their mindsets. They have gone inward, not outward. It's all right to have the compliment, but you always have to have the inward going too. You cannot fight something at its level. It wins. You have to grade up. Grade up. So, we're given keys. Laughter is the best medicine because it raises your vibration. It brings you up a level. Laugh a lot. Stay away as much as possible from things that remind you of that disease. Do what you have to do, but be of another mind, of another emotion, of just another being. Adopt your new self, which is free of it. Feel healthy. Almost make it out of body, if you will. Now there are meditations online. I may do one in the future myself. I have to get the wording together. But there is help out there. There are teachers such as Joe Dispenza, Dr. Joe. Louise Hay healed herself from cancer. You Can Heal Your Life is a tremendous book. Get out of your body and get into wellness and watch. The physical is always last, and this applies to wealth too and love in your life. The physical shows up last. Back to health. If you feel healed, eventually the tests will catch up. The only way it wouldn't if it's your time, but then you would just feel surrendered with your will. So it's a different feeling. But if you have a will to be here and you keep feeling healed, genuinely, the tests will show it. Eventually. In some way. In some way. It may be things slow down or things back up completely. It's a key. That is why there's instantaneous healing out there. And don't feel pressure to resist that. Just work on you and how you feel inside. Not focusing on what you've been diagnosed with, not labeling yourself, not becoming it. But your second version, your new version, the new earth of your body. Now, as it applies to wealth, and I wonder to myself if they're not equal or if wealth is harder, but I don't know. I don't know. And why I say that is that we always have bills to pay. It's always there every day. Where we might walk around with a diagnosis a bit, yes, but sometimes we can file it a bit and take it with us. Whereas when it comes to finances, we have a job to go to most of the time. Because we have to pay to be on this earth. We have to pay to be on this earth. So I think it's more predominant. So it might make it more difficult. But it's the same. It's the same. It's the same practice. And it is a practice. In everyone who has won, and again, not telling you to play the lottery, it's just a wonderful example. Everyone who's won the lottery felt like a millionaire first. Even if it was just a day or a moment, they felt it. Or they felt so rock bottom they were out of their body. They've just lost a job or something. You ever had something happen? I have, where you had this catastrophic event happen and nothing matters anymore. The things that were so important leave. It's like, that doesn't matter to me right now. It doesn't matter to me. It's not large. It used to be large, but it's not anymore because this happened. So I know of at least one person that became a millionaire when they had a moment like that, where they were like, I'm open. I don't care. Nothing matters. Oh, hello, money. Yes, because they weren't blocking. They were aligned. But 90 or more percent, probably 99% of those who win the lottery have written a check out, perhaps walked around like they're already a millionaire. Now, does that mean they're massively in debt playing millionaire? No. It means they walk around with the feeling the money is already theirs. And sometimes they choose amounts. I want 21 million, or I want $1 million, or I want 10 million, or, whatever amounts, maybe 100,000. But they walk around the earth, walking, talking, feeling like it's already theirs. Not in their head, just in their head. Because I've seen that happen with people. Oh yeah, it's mine. And you can see it's just of their head. No, it's not. It's your being. You get it when it's your being. And it's not easy. But every day, just like you would do a meditation, in some ways, center yourself in the present moment and feel that freedom, that financial freedom, that lightness, the knowing you can go wherever you want and do whatever you want and take care of whoever you want. And then you walk around the rest of the day with it. No matter what. No matter what bill arrives in the mail. No matter what breaks down. You still walk around with it. And yes, you will slip off the wagon. There are millionaires that have openly said, oh yeah, there are days that I am not on. I have my days. But you don't live there. You don't reside there. You don't give up. That's the difference between those who have what they want and those who don't have what they want. The ones who have what they want don't give up. They keep at it and keep at it and keep at it. And that's a difference here, because I bet some of you have tried this and then given up. You've fallen off the wagon and then, I gotta get back to that again, don't I? If you want. But this is daily. You can have a day where you're off. I do. I just had a day the other day where it was like, what is wrong with me today? I am not my highest self today. I am not my new version today. What's up? And I got back on it the next day. I will tell you, sometimes we have days like that because we are changing into the new version of ourselves and things come up to be healed. It's like it's got to come up in order to be extricated. And it'll come out of nowhere. You think, I got this. I am rolling along. I can see the signs in my environment that my new version of life is here. Synchronicities are happening. Opportunities are happening. Things are just working out for me. And then boom, I wake up cranky. Or something happens that sets me off. But remember that when something happens that sets you off, gets you off track, you also have a choice. You have a choice to allow it to. Now, take a moment before you speak. Tap into how you're feeling. Have those meetings with yourself. Don't let your environment control you. You can control your environment. Because people will trigger us, events will trigger us, unexpected things will trigger us, but you are in control of how you deal with it. And when you have a moment, you just get back on board. Take a deep breath and get back on board. When it comes to love relationships, if you want to be in love, walk around like you're in love. Even if you're not sure how that feels. How would that feel? You know how that would feel if you want it. Become it now. If you don't want love and you just want to be free inside, walk around like you have it now. It's about being what you want. Wake up in the morning and ask yourself, who am I today? Who do I want to be today? If you want to be happy, be happy. If you want to be free, be free. If you complain, you will get more to complain about. And it won't make you feel good. I was in line in a store the other day with someone, actually more than one person. They were complaining. Oh my gosh. And they were strangers to each other. But they were bonding over complaining. I thought, wow, are they going to Facebook friend now? So they could all just be happy being miserable together. Why are you complaining? It just brings you more of what you don't want. And what you're complaining about when you go to heaven, you go, that wasn't important at all. That was so little. It was, it is, it's so little. When you complain about standing in line or the price of things, you're only going to give yourself more to complain about standing in line and the price of things. I take a moment when I'm standing in line. Let's just say, if I really want it, I don't care how much it is. If I really want it, it doesn't matter. If I am deciding on what to buy over the price, then I really don't want it. So I put it down. So why are you complaining? When I stand in line, I take the opportunity to feel abundant, to feel healthy, to feel good. I'm using that moment as a meditation. I've got time. Time is literally stopped because I'm in line. So use it. Use that time. It's been given to you. If I'm stuck in traffic and I don't have to be somewhere, or I have plenty of time to get somewhere, I'm using that time to promote for me. So why are we complaining? Stay away from the news too. Not entirely. Don't choose ignorance, choose information. But the news will roll over and over again bad stories because they want you to tune in. Because it's sensationalism. Give yourself a break. In your ideal self, you are feeling good. So do what feels good. Abundance. And when you see something happening, like people affected by a storm, your abundant good self says, oh, that is, I'll pray for them. I'll send them positive vibes. I'll send them unconditional love. Perhaps donate to help them. That's all that needs to be done. You don't have to watch 24-hour coverage. And honestly, the news should just do that if it were higher end, if it were higher consciousness. It would say, here's the story, here's how you help, let's move on to the next story. But that doesn't keep you in tune through fear. and other negativities, does it? They know that. They know that, and maybe some of them don't want it to be that way, but it's the way it is. So be informed, but more so, take care of your being. This is the way for anything to be possible. This is the way to in some way, at some level, achieve what you would ask for. And leave the past in the past and bless it, because many of your blessings today are because of the past. Many of your accomplishments are because of the past. And create your future. Forgive the past, live in the present, create your future. And then watch shifting happen. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you have a well Sunday. I hope that your week is filled with many blessings. Again, find me on social media. Like, subscribe, share, follow. Book an appointment if you'd like. There's also email sessions too, found under packages, gifts, subscriptions. So I hope that we can connect in the future and that I can continue to serve. Thank you so much and have a blessed day. Many blessings.